Welcome back students and friends to Mahiti Dunya YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to discuss about the VTU first semester recently conducted, means today it is conducted. Actually the date is 20th May 2022. So we are going to discuss the solution of the basic electronics and communication engineering subject, which is 21ELN14 for the first semester engineering students. It may be P cycle or it may be C cycle, usually C cycle in all the colleges. So we are going to see one by one with a solution and scheme, how many marks they are going to give you for your answer and what is the correct answer we will see. Okay, so here I have prepared the solution and I have prepared the solution from my notes. So we are going to see now. Module 1, they have asked for the first question, so you should write one question from each module, as you know. So we are going to discuss all now. So first question, it is going to tell about with a neat circuit diagram and waveform, explain the working of bridge rectifier without filter. Without filter they have asked now. So the question is very clear, and here we will divide this question now. It is about circuit diagram, it's about waveform, and it's about explanation, and it's about working, right? And it is without filter. So look at here, this includes 2 mark, this is 2 mark, this is 2 mark, and this is 2 mark. How? This is how they will give 8 marks to you. Assume that you have written only circuit diagram, you will get 2 marks. If you written only waveform, 2 marks. Suppose if you write both without this, you will get minimum 4 marks without explanation. Okay, so explanation and working for positive cycle and negative cycle with the diagrams, that will give you 2 more marks. So what is the answer for this? So just look at now the answer for this. This is the answer. They have asked you the bridge rectifier. Is it correct? Bridge rectifier. The answer is bridge rectifier. We will call it as bridge full wave rectifier. So your answer must be like this, right? So it is circuit diagram. Original circuit diagram you should write. You should write here this part. Assume it is for 1 mark. This is for another 1 mark. This is operation and circuit. This is 2 mark. Right? Similarly, go for the next page. So you are going to have again here 2 mark, and at the last part, which is waveform, again it is going to be 2 mark. So roughly I am telling here exactly how it is going to be. So now here without this they have asked, so this is not required and this is required. Without capacitor means you need not to write this. Question is very clear. Without, you need not to write it. Assume that without seeing the question, that is without see, you have written this also and this diagram, no problem, you will also get the marks. Okay, but you should write all this neatly, then only you will get the full marks. What is that? For positive cycle, for negative cycle, you have to write first diagram, which is consisting of 4 diodes, very important, and these waveforms. This is the first question which will give you 8 marks. Then what is the next question? The next question is it's about problem. A 6 volts Zener diode has a maximum rated power dissipation 500 millivolts. If the diode is to be operated in a simple regulator circuit to supply a regulated 6 volts to load 500 ohm, determine a suitable value of series resistors to supply of 12 volts. So it is for 6 marks. So here students, I will remind you, this is a problem which is given in the textbook itself. So problem, this you can observe this problem in your class notes or your whatever your faculty has given the notes. This problem must be there because this is the only problem which is the model number 1. That's why they have given this problem. Okay, let's see how to solve this problem. The exact problem which I have written here, the textbook problem which I have given, which is given, I have written here. That this is the textbook problem. Only the change is here 5 is there, they have given 6, and maximum power dissipated 500 they have given, no change. So it is decided to use simple regulator supply regulated of 6 volts to the load of 500. These are the small changes they have given. With the supply 12 they have given. Okay, so the small numericals, they have changed it and they have given, and let's solve this. So to solve, one second, to solve this we need two formulas. One formula is, it's about RS maximum. Question is, we have to find the series resistor. Okay, first I will write how the circuit diagram is. It is a Vin RS is this one. This is what they have asked here. This is Zener diode and a load resistance. And first I will write what is a given. Vz is given, Vin is given, Pz max is given, RL is given, and RS is given. Okay, next I will apply the formula. What is the formula you should apply for maximum? It is RS max is RL into Vin by Vz minus 1. Okay, next I will show you the exact value in the next slide. So RS minimum formula is, RS minimum is equal to V in Vz minus Vz square divided by Pz max. So you are going to get answer. But this is not the correct answer. So the correct answer I have written here. Just look at now. Based on their given. Students, look here. This video will take some time, but you are going to get a right solution for the entire 100 marks. Okay. So this is what the problem which is given to B. So RS maximum, use the formula. So apply the given things. So you are going to get RS as 500 ohm and RS minimum V in Vz, apply this. So if you apply all this, you are going to get 80 ohm. So RS is greater than 80 and less than 500 ohm. This is the correct answer. Only if this is the case, so you are going to get full 6 marks. Okay. So this is what you can see again if you want. Right. This is a 6th B. So now, so sorry, 1B. So we'll see 1C. With a needed block diagram, derive the expression for overall gain of negative feedback amplifier. Overall gain of negative feedback amplifier. So here, this is what the answer is. This is what the block diagram you should write. This is for 2 marks we will be having. Marks is going to be split. So it is amplifier, it is feedback network. So this is the complete all the things you should write. For this you will get 2 mark. And writing of this and this equation, again it is 2 mark. Then you should start applying Kirchhoff voltage law and you should continue. Okay. Then to obtain this up to this part, it is going to be the final answer, AV divided by 1 plus beta AV. So this complete the answer. This is what the negative feedback derivation. So you should write the answer up to here. Okay, so that's what the question is about, and it is asked for how many marks? It is asked for 6 marks. Okay, now second one. So define the following with respect to operational amplifiers. They have given op-amp question now. Open loop voltage gain, input offset voltage, full power bandwidth, and slew rate. So here this is a op-amp concept. So here let's see. This is op-amp operator. Okay, open loop voltage gain. So you should write this definition followed by this equation, right? Next, followed by, what is the next one? Input offset voltage. You should write this followed by this. Full power bandwidth they have given and slew rate they have given. So you should write the definition followed by the equation. Definition followed by the equation. For slew rate, where is the equation? Equation is here, right? So write like this. You should write the op-amp parameters. Those are the op-amp parameters they have given here. 8 marks. Individually it will carries 2 marks. Okay, so that's what the question is about. Next, with the scheme I am telling you, this is how you will get the marks. You can note down if you want. Next, 2B, with a neat circuit diagram, explain the working of integrator using op-amp. 6 marks they have given. Let's see. Integrator with op-amp. Integrator with op-amp. So here this is, and also they have given the typical values. So these are the typical values. Voltage gain, it is 1 lakh. So input resistance, what is output? Bandwidth is 2 megahertz. Slew rate is 10. Input offset is less than 5 micro. This is what the important slide. So this must be your answer. Next, integrator. For integrator, your answer is, so you should write the circuit diagram. 1 mark. So definition followed by this explanation. It is again 2 marks, waveform 2 marks, equation 1 marks, application 1 mark. So this is how they will split. Look at here. You can ask, some students are having a questions that how they were going to give 6 marks. 1 mark for this. This is for 2 mark. Equation for 1 mark. This applications for 1 mark. So total it is this, here it is for 2 marks. So overall it is going to be 6 marks for integrator. Okay, you can cross check this notes, or you can go through the video once again. Next, go for the next question. What is the next question? The next question is about the oscillator. What is the next question? It is 2C. So explain the working of Wayne bridge oscillator using op-amp. It's better you keep the question paper so that I will not go again and again back. So I will directly go to the next answer, because I am having a question paper here. So I will go according to the answer. So after what is that integrator, you are going to have the Wayne bridge oscillator. So for Wayne bridge oscillator, you should write this diagram. 1 mark. The question Wayne bridge oscillator is asked for how many marks? 6 marks, right? This is again 1 mark. So this carries 2 mark. Explanation. This equations, again here it is 1 mark. Total 5 marks are there. So still 1 mark is pending. That 1 mark is for the formula and all here. So it completes 6 marks. It's a Wayne bridge oscillator. Okay. Next, go for, this is for the model number 1. Then I will go for the model number 2. So model number 2, they have asked here, with the help of truth table, explain the full adder using logic gates. Okay. For that full adder, so you should write first block diagram. Then you can write the truth table here. You can write the truth table. Right, with the help of this truth table only I can write these logic expressions. Then I can write this logic diagram. Now the question is, they have asked you here, the question, you should use basic gates, right? At that time, this you should not write. You should write this and you should write this. Okay, and also here in this sum carry this one not needed. Okay, so this is how the full adder explanation, and here they have given it for 8 marks. Let's split this 8 marks. So here block diagram, definition and 1 mark. Truth table is very important, 2 mark. Logic expression 2 marks. And the last logic diagram, it is 2 marks. Logic diagram 2, logic expression 2, truth table 2, and this block diagram 1, definition 1. So totally it is going to be 8 mark, right? Next question. What is the next question? Realize 8:1 multiplexer using basic gates. So you should write 8:1 multiplexer, right? So then definition followed by this block diagram, this function table, this logic expression, and this is what the diagram is. So this is how we can split the marks. It is 6 marks. So 6 marks is for this block diagram followed by function table. It is 1 mark, logic expression 1 mark, 3, and this explanation 1, 4, followed by this logic diagram 2 and definition 1. So this is how they can split the marks. Okay, so totally 6 marks. Okay, what is the next question? You should explain the RS bistable circuit. Okay, with the help of logic diagram, explain the RX bistable circuit. So this is the RX bistable circuit. Okay, so here we can consider it as flip-flop. So flip-flop is a bistable element. So we have used SR, logic diagram, and 4 cases we should explain. So 1 mark. So for 4 cases, 1 mark, right? So here it is not 1 mark. So here you can 1 mark. So 4 cases, 1 mark means, so it is last function table, truth table, it is 1 mark. So totally it is going to be 6 marks. So right. So it is a RS flip-flop. You should write 4 NAND gates. You can write using NAND or you can write using NAR. This is what the truth table, last one, 1 mark. Next question. With the help of neat diagram, explain the working of microcontroller, and shift register is there. Okay, so 4-bit shift register is there. using JK flip-flop. So this is what the question is. So 4-bit shift register using JK flip-flop. They have asked it for how many marks? They have asked it for 6 marks. So you should write it for 6 marks. Okay. So you can write 4 are there shift registers, you can write any one. So this is what you can write. First one, serial in, serial out, 4-bit shift register using JK flip-flop. So this diagram on this table is having a huge weightage, so probably you will get here out of 6 marks, probably you will get 3 marks only if you write these two. Next, however, I have written serial input and serial output, you should write. And this timing diagram is also important. This also carry probably 2 marks. So 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6 marks you will get without writing a single sentence. Okay, so that's what the answer is. Next, you can go for the next question, that is 3-bit asynchronous counter using JK flip-flop. Okay, now you can observe one modification here. JK flip-flop, they have asked here. Now we are having here T flip-flop, no problem. When J and K are combined together and that value is given 1, that is called as T equal to 1. Okay, this is actually T flip-flop. So here how you should write is, if it is a JK flip-flop is, this T is J and here you should write K. This is J and this is K. This is J and this is K. This is what the JK flip-flop. Nothing more than that. This one is at that time will not be there. So this is asynchronous because the clock is given to the next flip-flop. Okay, so you should write this block diagram, this definition. So totally it's asked for 6 marks. 1 followed by it is 1, total it is 2, and the last is waveform, that also you should write. So here this is what the waveforms, it is 2 marks. So totally it is going to be 6 marks, right? Next question, it is microcontroller. They have asked it for 8 marks. It's almost maximum marks they have asked now. Now how you should write the answer, that plays a crucial role. So you should get total 8 marks. Block diagram is very important. Block diagram, probably you will get 3 marks for only block diagram. Okay, so now the rest is you should get 5 marks. For that 5 marks you should write this explanation in detail. In detail explanation you will get, you should write. Okay, so that is about microcontroller. Now we will switch to the model number 3, what is embedded system and classification embedded system and list of microprocessor and microcontroller. That is a comparison. 5th year embedded system we will move. Okay, one second. We will move to embedded system. This is embedded system. The question asked is define embedded system. Embedded system definition you should write, followed by you should write the embedded system and general purpose computing differences. Okay, so if you write the definition, so you will get 1 mark. And if you list 7 comparisons, look at here, exactly 7 comparisons I have written in the notes. So if you write like this, so you will get, so totally 1 plus 7, so it is going to be totally how much? 8 marks. Okay, clearly written in the notes, just follow. Next, classification of embedded system. Explain the classification of embedded system based on generation they have given. They are clearly mentioned. So now the question is, we have the 2 types based on the generation and based on complexity. So based on the generation we should see. First one, based on the generation, first generation 1G, second generation 2G, third generation 3G, fourth generation. Okay, like this you should write the answer. Now look at here, you will be having based on many things, so we will write only based on generation. For that you will be having 6 marks, first generation, second, third, 4. So like this you will get 6 marks. Next, what is the difference between microprocessor and microcontroller? 6 marks is there, so you should write the answer. This one, what is here, it is given microprocessor and microcontroller, so you will get 6 marks. Even though 5 are there, you will get 6 marks for this. Okay, now with the read diagram, explain instrumentation system they have given. This is what the instrumentation system, you will be having 8 marks for this. So you should write whatever in the complete notes what your faculty has given, you should write the complete. This diagram probably it is having 2 marks. This diagram probably it is having 2 marks. So totally you will get only, if you write the diagram correctly, you will get 4 marks. The remaining 4 marks is for explanation. Okay, Next question is with sixth question, 6th A is over. 6th B, with a neat circuit diagram, explain common cathode, common anode, 7 segment display. This is a common anode, common cathode, 7 segment display. Just observe. So you should write this theory part and this very important part, how we are going to take 7 segments, theory again, and these 2 diagrams plays a very crucial role. So if you write 6 marks is there, so how I will divide this, it is 1 mark, it is 1 mark, it is 1 mark, total 3. Here it is explanation, this explanation and this explanation, the remaining 3 marks you will get, probably 2 and here 1. So totally it is 6 marks you will get for this answer. Your answer must look like this only. However, I am showing now. Now the next one, with a neat block diagram, write a short note on I2C bus and SPI bus. You can carry on this. I am switching to the next one, 7A. So 7A is described the blocks of basic communication system. So here this is your answer. This is a standard answer you will be having. So write this answer. So block diagram, probably you will get maximum marks for block diagram only in this case. So here probably you will get 3 marks only for the block diagram, because they have asked it for 8 mark. So it is for 3 mark. Explanation probably you should be lengthy here. So that's why they are given 8 mark here. So you should write this also. It consisting of 2 mark at the transmitter. What it is? It is transmitter. Just observe transmitter block diagram. Okay, in detail explanation they are expecting, that's why they have given 8 mark. In the receiver also you are having, so it is 2 mark. So the rest is explanation. Okay, so here the communication block system is 3, transmitter block 2, and it is 2. So 7. The remaining 1 or 2 is for only explanation. They will be this is expectation. Okay, for explanation there are least marks here. Next is explain the types of communication. These are the types of communication. Just observe. We'll be having communication based system based on physical infrastructure. They have asked it for 6 marks. Explain. So physical infrastructure, line communication. So simplex, half duplex, full duplex will come. Communication based on signal application. So if you just list out here, that's enough. So 1 or 2 lines explanation you can do. So communication system based on signal specifications, 3 marks. Communication based on physical infrastructure, 3 marks. Okay, so totally it is for 6 marks. Next, define amplitude modulation. 7C, define amplitude modulation with the help of waveform. Explain amplitude modulation. So this is the answer, amplitude modulation. So in the syllabus, much of the amplitude modulation concepts are not given, but here one small thing should note down is explain amplitude modulation. We are not having that much answer, but still you can divide your answer like this. How they will allot the marks for this is, totally it is for 6 marks. Probably this waveform will carry 2. This is going to carry 2, and this is going to carry 2. So totally 6 marks will be for amplitude modulation. Next is 8th A, explain the 3 different modes of propagation of electromagnetic waves. Okay, so here this is the answer, concept of radio wave propagation, ground wave, space wave, sky wave. So your answer must look like this. Okay, so how much marks they have given? 8 marks they have given. Very important question here. 8 marks. I am expecting 6 marks for this, but it has got for 8 marks. Very good. So if you write this, you will get 1. If you write this diagram, you will get 2. And ground wave propagation explanation, 2. Okay, like this, the next explanation, space wave and sky wave. Okay, the explanation probably you will be having 3 marks, diagram 2, and listing out 1. So totally 6. Okay, that's what the question is. Next is what is that? With a neat block diagram, explain transmitter and receiver automatic repeat request. This is what the answer you should write. Transmitter side, so you compute CRC bit, cyclic redundancy bit, modulation transmission you should write, transmitter block, receiver block you should write. So probably this will carry 2 to 3 marks diagram, then explanation will carry another 3 marks. Okay, so that's what the explanation is about, how the bit are going to be corrected. We should explain this puncturing, the underlined word should be, coding rate should be there, number of information bits, number of transmitted bits. Okay, this should be compulsory, it should be there. Okay, so this is what the explanation of automatic repeat request. Next 8C, it should be about antenna. So you should write define antenna, explain ag antenna model with 3D radiation pattern. Okay, this is a little bit complex like question. So but still we'll see 8C. So you should define antenna, right? Explain ag antenna. So many antennas are there. So I will switch to ag antenna. So the ag antenna is this much. Okay, radiation pattern is going to be like this. So 3 dB we should take here, half power beamwidth. So main lobe, major lobe will be having radiation pattern. Okay, so it's a complex one, but still 1 or 2 questions will be like this in the main examination. Okay, so here if we do not write the radiation pattern also, you will get minimum 5 marks for this AGI concept. Okay, next 9A, with a neat block diagram, explain cellular telephone system. So cellular telephone system, just I will this is a cellular telephone system. This is the diagram you should write. Mobile station, base station, mobile switching center. So it is asked for 8 marks, so it is 2 mark. So like this you should write the basic concepts, cellular concepts and this frequency reuse concept. So you should write all this cellular concept. Cellular telephone system means you should write this cellular concept, whatever this, followed by the previous page. Then only you will get 8 marks, because it is asked for 8 marks. Basic components you should explain: mobile station, base station, mobile switching center, cell, and cellular this concept. Why we are going to call it as cell? Okay, this is a answer. Next, so with a neat block diagram, explain GSM system architecture. Just I will find the GSM system architecture here. You can find here. Look at this. For this you will get probably 2 marks. It consists of 3 major subsystem: mobile station, base station, and network NSS. So if we explain all this, you are going to get the remaining 4 marks explanation. Your answer must be this only. They have asked almost direct questions, no indirect questions. Like this you should explain. Okay, so here I just look at whatever the pages which I am showing. Don't look at all the pages. Okay, next, look at now, write a short note on WLAN. So you should write this short note for 6 marks. So WLAN specifications, so it is 801.11 11A. So like this you should write this specifications 11B. Okay, so these are about LAN. So you will get 11A for 11 you will get 2 mark, 11A 2 mark, 11B 2 mark. So these are the wireless LAN specifications for 6 marks. Last question 10A you should explain about satellite communication. So satellite, with any block diagram, explain satellite communication. So it is a elements of satellite communication system is there. This answer you should write. So it is for this we will be having 3 mark. The explanation is 3 mark. Totally it is 6 marks are there. So they have given it for 8 marks. We are expecting it for 6 marks. They have given it for 8 marks. So let's see. So it is for explanation, it is going to be 4 at that time. Look at here. 1 second. It is for 3 marks obviously, and the remaining 5 marks for explanation. So even though it's look like very short, but they have given it for 8 marks. Okay, no problem. So at the time you should add this also. This also you should add elements. Before elements you should add this, so that you will get full marks. Okay, next, microwave communication system. So this
They have asked write a short note on frequency bands of microwave communication. It is not the microwave communication block diagram. So frequency modulated microwave communication system. So you should speak about the frequency bands like this, which is ranging from 1 gigahertz, 30 gigahertz, right? So these are the specifications you should mention in microwave frequency bands, right? So here, just if you observe, you will get these points in the notes here. Look at this, look at this, right? So you should tell about the frequency bands in the microwaves. That answer will carry off all these things. Okay, so this is about what is that, microwave communications. And the last one is optical fiber. I think optical fiber I had at this point. I'll just cross check. Here 10A question, it is optical fiber. It is asked for 8 marks, a big question here. So probably you will get here to write this, you will get 3 mark, and the explanation is vast. That's why they have given it for 5 marks. Okay, so this is about the solution of the basic electronics and communication engineering, which was held on the May 2022. Okay, with each individual question I have explained. So according to my experience after teaching many times this subject, this question paper they have given directly all the questions, maximum questions they have covered from model question papers, and only 1 or 2 questions are missed out here. The remaining 85, 90, 90 to 85 to 95 marks or 80 to 90 marks they have covered from model question paper, and most of the questions are direct questions here. Okay, that's what you can easily score in this subject above what is that, above for 100 you can easily take 35. Passing, it is very easy, no issues with passing. But scoring, if you write however I explained here with scheme and evaluation, probably you may get around 75 to 85 if you write very neatly this question paper. Okay, so if you have any queries, any doubts regarding this question paper and regarding the solution of the question paper, anything, you can comment on the comment section, and tell me how many marks you are going to get, tell me whether you are going to clear the subject or not, whether tell me whether it is easy, medium or tough question paper. Tell your opinion about the subject in the comment section. Okay, so again, like this type of videos I will come in the next videos. Thank you for your patience listening. I hope you went from first second to the last second of the video, because it's very important. It will cover all 100 marks solutions. Okay, keep supporting, to share to your friends about the solution, and thank you. We will meet again.